Officer Del Pearson was working patrol when he and his partner attempted to perform a street stop on 4 subjects. 3 of the subjects complied with the officer's directions, but one fled on foot, with Officer Pearson giving chase. Sergeant Christopher Kappa and Officer Kirsten Lund monitored a call of a foot pursuit from Officer Del Pearson, who stated over the air the subject he was chasing was holding aside. After a brief pause, Officer Del Pearson reported shots fired, followed by "I'm hit." Sergeant Kappa, Officer Lund, and her partner observed Officer Pearson sitting on the parkway, slumped to his left and bleeding profusely from a chest wound. Due to the serious nature of Officer Pearson's wound, Sergeant Kappa decided to drive him directly to the hospital instead of waiting for an ambulance. While Sergeant Kappa drove, Officer Lund applied pressure to the wound. Sergeant Kappa and Officer Lund's quick thinking undoubtedly saved Officer Del Pearson's life. The Superintendent's Award of Valor is presented to Sergeant Christopher Kappa and Officer Kirsten Lund. Receiving both the Superintendent's Award of Valor and the Police Blue Star Award is Officer Del Pearson. On 29 December 2011, 15th District Tactical Officer Clifton Lewis was working security off-duty at a local grocery store when 2 armed men entered the store wearing black ski masks, dark clothing, and gloves. The first offender announced a robbery and demanded the money from the register. Officer Lewis attempted to shield the employees and announced his office while drawing his weapon. The first offender shot Officer Lewis. Officer Lewis fell to the ground, firing a shot as the offender continued to fire at Officer Lewis, striking him again. Officer Lewis was struck 4 times by the offender's bullets and ultimately succumbed to his wounds. In the face of overwhelming personal danger, Officer Clifton Lewis acted decisively, courageously, and with the ultimate aim of protecting the people in the community. The Superintendent's Award of Valor and the Police Blue Star Award is posthumously presented to Officer Clifton Lewis. Accepting the posthumous award is his mother, Mrs. Maxine Hooks. And now the Chicago Police Department's highest award. the Police Medal. This award is presented to officers whose actions are so outstanding as to deserve special recognition. The Police Medal recipient is unaware that he or she is receiving this prestigious award, but he or she will soon find out. You've heard this heroic story earlier when the Award of Valor was presented, but the story bears repeating. David Hickey, Juan Perez, Joseph Begain, and Jeffrey Pacocha are part of a team investigating a string of drug-related murders. Surveillance officers observed subjects enter a building and then moments away, run back to a parked vehicle and quickly drive away. Officers immediately entered the building and discovered 3 victims with their throats slashed. The information was relayed to officers who stopped the vehicle, at which time one of the offenders opened fire on Officers Hickey and Begain, striking Officer Hickey. Officer Hickey returned fire, striking the offender as Officer Begain drove after him. While attempting to flee, the offender's vehicle crashed. Officers Perez and Pacocha approached the disabled vehicle, and the offender pointed his handgun at Officer Perez. Fearing for their lives, Officers Perez and Pacocha simultaneously fired shots, fatally wounding the offender. The remaining offenders were taken into custody. The offenders were suspects in 12 homicides, and as of this date have been charged with 9 murders. The dedication to duty and sacrifice made by these officers exemplify the finest tradition of the Chicago Police Department. It is with great honor that the Superintendent of Police presents the Chicago Police Department's highest award, the Police Medal, to Officer Joseph Begain, Officer David Hickey, Officer Jeffrey Pacocha, and Officer Juan Perez.